Welcome to another Monday on Team House Riot's official collab channel. This week's theme is the first time tag. So all of us are going to do questions from the first time tag, obviously. I'm just going to pick 10 out of the 25 questions because that's a lot of editing to do and I'm a really lazy person. Who was the first person you subscribed to on YouTube? I think the first person I subscribed to was Tobuscus. He is a gamer on YouTube. He tries to stray away from like cursing and using foul language and vulgar terminology. My first Facebook profile picture. My first Facebook profile picture is a picture of me with braces on my teeth, and they were red and green for Christmas because I thought it was cute. And my hair is up in a really tight ponytail, and I'm wearing, back then, was my favorite red jacket, and I was on a carousel. I was hot. What was your first job? My first job was at this movie theater called the UEC Theaters in Cleveland, Tennessee. My best friend, Katie Haggett at the time, had just started working there like a few months ago, and she put in a good word for me, and then hired me, and I was there for probably like a year and a few months, and then I got fired because I was late all the time. I did not care at all, and I was just always late. And then one time I called in sick, and there was some sort of like, I guess they didn't believe that I was sick. They had good reasonings too because it looked kind of janky, so got fired for that. What was your first car? My first car was, again, my best friend Katie Haggett. She had just gotten a new Jeep. It's a big blue one. It's pretty. And so she had to sell her red 2001 Chevy Blazer that she had been passed down from her grandfather when he passed away. And I got to buy it from them. But then, March 2015, I totaled it. Who was your first best friend and do you still talk? My first best friend's name was Amanda Russo. She lived right next door to me. Well, first we met in kindergarten, but then after I moved schools, she actually moved into the house next door to me, and I freaked out because I was like, yeah, we can still be friends. We did everything together. We had the same friends, all this stuff. It was great. But then when I was 12, I moved to Tennessee, and we tried to keep in contact, but it's really difficult to do that when you've grown up with this person from when you were like really little, and then you move away at such an age where you start kind of like figuring out who you are. So we kind of lost contact. I still have her number. I still follow her on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and stuff, but no, we don't still talk. Where was your first sleepover? My first sleepover was actually at my house. Me and Amanda, the one who lived next door to me, she came over and we were hanging out all night. We were probably playing with Barbies and karaoke and stuff. I don't remember. We were gonna share my bunk bed, but I only had like a top bunk on the bed, and the underneath was kind of like a little loft thing. And we were watching this movie, Anastasia. If you've never seen it, where you been? It's one of my favorite movies as a child. But we were watching Anastasia, and the Rasputin character really freaked her out, and she started crying, and she went home. So actually, that sleepover kind of was a doozy because she left and I cried. What was the first concert you ever went to? First concert I ever went to, I got to go see the Jonas Brothers the day before I got my braces on when I was in 6th grade. I went with my mom, and it was a great time. I accidentally left my poster at home before I went, but that's okay. It was really fun. It was a cool experience, and it was a nice little mother-daughter date thing. What is the first movie you remember seeing? The first movie I remember seeing is Hercules. We were watching it on a movie day in my preschool class. I'm sure there were movies that had came out before that and I had watched, but like when I try to think back to like the first time I ever watched a movie, I always think of movie day in preschool, and it was Hercules, and I fell in love with it. That's now one of my favorite Disney movies. When was your first detention? Boy. Okay. I was in detention a lot in high school, which is funny because like, I'm a good child. But I was always in detention in high school for being late to school and being late to class. But my first ever detention, I think, was in 7th grade. I want to say I was chewing gum, or I had a dress code violation. I didn't know what I did wrong. I was really upset about it. And then I got to high school, and it became a usual thing for me. When was your first kiss? My first kiss was in August of 2014, or maybe it was July, one of those two. Me and my friends had been hanging out all night, and at the time, I was dating this guy named Jack. He was hanging out with us, and we all decided we were gonna crash at my friend Katie Connell's house. Everyone was kind of like on a pile on the ground, and then there was like a couch, a chair, and another couch. In the chair, our friend was sleeping in that one, a friend was sleeping in one of the other couches, and then me and Jack were gonna sleep on the couch over there. I guess he thought I was asleep, and he just kind of like kissed me, and then I laughed, and he was like, "Why are you laughing? I thought you were asleep." And I was like, "You kissed me. I promised you that I was gonna laugh if you ever kissed me." But yeah, that's all 10 questions that I'm gonna be answering for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did like it, please leave a like down below and subscribe to see more of my face and all that jazz. Tune in the rest of the week to see KAITLIN, Marissa, and NEENA's videos. And come back next week and see me next week. I might be doing a video with my mother because I'm gonna be in Ohio, and maybe she'll film with me. Who knows? Mom, love me. She might not because she's kind of camera shy, but maybe I'll be able to convince her. Depends on the theme, and depends on a lot of other things, so yeah. We'll see. Wish me safe travels, because this time next week, like I just said, I'm gonna be in Ohio, visiting my family, and then we're gonna drive, the day that I fly back, we're gonna drive to New Jersey and spend the weekend up there, because that weekend is my birthday. I'll be 20. We don't talk about it because then Peter Pan will not know to come find me if I'm 20 years old, because then I won't be a teenager anymore, so we don't talk about it. It's gonna be a hectic next few days, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna be here because, yeah. Thanks for watching again. If I already said that, sorry. If I haven't, then bye.